Hey y'all, Tom, ND3N here, and thanks for dropping by my little shack in the corner for a ham shack chat. Now today's chat may be a little controversial, but that's what makes a good video, right? It is not my intention to criticize, but rather to encourage. I hope that you will find the encouragement within this content. Those of you who have watched my other videos know what I'm about. Many people will tell you that the only thing necessary for you to be a ham is to take the test and pass it. Well, I agree in principle that passing the test is sufficient to let you call yourself a ham. It is my premise that passing the test is insufficient to being a ham. Now, before you rush to click that thumbs down button, please watch a little bit more of this video to see why I believe it. While we're talking about the necessity of passing the test, let me endorse the ARRL study guide. There are a number of study guides on the market that you can use to pass the test. In my opinion, only one of them also teaches you how to be a ham. The other study guides will teach you how to pass the test, usually by rote memorization. The ARRL study guide will teach you the principles behind the questions, give you some real-life applications of those principles, and, in my opinion, will become a valued operating resource in your shack for a long time after you've passed the test. You can purchase the ARRL study guide directly from the ARRL store, though just about every ham radio retailer, probably through your local bookseller. But I would recommend purchasing it through Amazon. I've compared prices for the ARRL study guide and found that Amazon costs a bit less than everyone else. And if you're a Prime member, there is no shipping charge, which saves you an extra $10 over the ARRL store cost. Now, I've included a link in the video description for the ARRL Technician Study Guide on Amazon. Full disclosure, if you purchase using the link in the description, your price will be exactly the same as if you had purchased directly through Amazon, but I will get a small commission that comes out of Amazon's profits as a finder's fee. I've also included links to the general class and extra class ARRL study guides. Now, on to my premise. Passing the test says you know enough to put up a tower, but you won't really know how to put up a tower until you put up a tower. You won't understand how to research the different towers that are available to you until you do it. You won't understand your local community's regulations and instructions and all that. You won't know it until you've filled out and submitted all the paperwork and paid the fees. You won't understand the inspection process until you've had your tower inspected. Passing the test says you know how to make a contact on a repeater. But you really don't know how to make a contact on a repeater until you've set up your radio with the right frequencies, offsets, and codes, then push that push-to-talk button and talked on the repeater. Passing the test says you know how to make a contact on HF, but you really don't know how to talk on HF until you've figured out how to predict the ionosphere, maybe make yourself an antenna, and finally make that contact. As a corollary, years ago I taught graduate level management and operations courses and always told my students that any education was just a key, only a key. That key would fit many different doors, and it was up to them to decide which doors to open. In the same way, passing your ham radio test is a key that opens multiple doors and it's up to you to decide which doors to open. Ham radio is a fantastic hobby, but it is quite literally hundreds, maybe even thousands of different facets, like a fine diamond. From moon bounce to communicating using satellites to straight line-of-sight operations. From CW to digital voice, and from FT8 to using your privileges for radio-controlled aircraft. Doing any of them makes you a ham. From buying your first basic radio to designing a new waveform to share with the community. People are doing that. All of these start by earning the privileges afforded to you by passing the test, getting the key. My premise is that while passing the test gives you a call sign and permission to use your privileges, and even gives you the right to call yourself a ham, which I firmly endorse. You pass the test, you're a ham. To actually be a ham, you have to do ham. What about the hobby really interests you? What can you excel in the hobby? Go out and play with different facets of the hobby. Try different modes, different bands, different end results. Talk to your friends and people you might meet in your club to find out what they're doing with ham radio. Then do ham radio. I hope you've made it this far. If you have, please give me a like by popping that thumbs up icon. My premise is all my opinion, and your mileage may vary. Please leave a comment in the section down below and share this content with your friends. As I noted in the beginning, this has not been meant as a criticism, but as an encouragement. Find your place and your way to enjoy this hobby even more. Perhaps you can even become a noted expert at one or more of the myriad facets which is this hobby. As always, at your service. I'm Tom, ND3N. Thanks for dropping by my little shack in the corner for a ham shack chat. 73 for now, and I'm out.